Não, o rock não morreu. O rock está vivíssimo. E se o rock é irado, rock é simplesmente the best. Senhoras e senhores, Mr. Nathan James! What's up, Nathan? How are you, man?
I'm good, Patrick. Listen, I have no idea what you said, but it sounded wonderful.
It was only good stuffs and good things about you and your band, man.
It sounded lovely. I felt it.
Did you like it? Do you like our English, Portuguese?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you very much. First of all, Nate, I would like to thank you for your presence. Thank you for also finding time in your calendar to talk with us. I know it's very, very busy with the recordings, so thank you again.
No problem, man.
Nate, today you are considered by many people as one of the best vocalists. And I can't deny, I agree. So I was wondering here, what are your inspirations in your life? I mean, talking about people that motivate you and also bands, artists.
The reason I started singing rock was because of those great big voices, Like I loved Freddie Mercury, I loved Glenn Hughes, David Coverdale, Paul Rodgers, like Dio, I like these great voices. But also something that really motivates me is the fact that all the people I just mentioned were also incredible performers, because I think to be a frontman and to be a singer, a voice is great, but you need to also hold yourself on stage well. And all those people I listed do that, they've got their special thing that makes them just that little bit better than everyone else. And that's kind of what motivates me is great bluesy rock singers.
Cool. And how do you feel for you to leave the television and a musical reality show and come to the show business, to the rock world, working with great artists?
It's kind of what I wanted, The only reason I went on those shows is so that people would know me, because that's what happened. Like, people discovered me on YouTube because I was on this show. I even signed my record deal because they saw me on this show. So without being on the show, I wouldn't be in the rock world anyway. And I didn't really want to win the competition because it's a tough job, winning the show. You're contracted for a long time. And straight after I was on TV, I actually went to America to join the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So I was there for 3 years, touring America because I was on reality TV. So without the show, I wouldn't be in people's, you wouldn't know me. And that's the crazy thing. It's been the same thing though. Like, as long as you keep professional and you keep singing well, the rock world and the theater world are the same thing, It's the same thing. There's lovely people in the world. There's some not so lovely people. It's the same. It's the same. And entertainment is one thing, and theater and rock are the same thing.
Cool, nice. I agree with you. And we all know that Inglorious, your band, it's already almost releasing their 4th album. So can you tell us what can we expect about this album?
Wow. I literally just heard the final mixes today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it sounds amazing. I think the most interesting thing about this album is previously with the other lineups of the band, we produced the album ourselves, which worked for us at the time because we tracked live. Obviously, with lockdown and Corona going on, we weren't able to do that. We had to record it in a studio, one at a time, because of social distancing here in the UK. It was amazing working with someone who really, really knows what they're talking about and knows how to make hit albums. So Romesh, the guy who produced it, Romesh Gogandoda, actually worked and engineered the last Bring Me the Horizon album. Oh. So he's also worked with Motorhead. He recorded Motorhead's one of their last albums when Lemmy was alive. So he is a real great guy, and he's made this album sound unbelievable. It's bigger sounding than any other Inglorious album, because previously we only heard 2 guitars at a time, that was our sound, that 70s, everyone in a room together sound. This is the total opposite of that. This is a fully produced modern rock album. And it just sounds ridiculous. Also from a songwriting point of view, obviously half of the band has changed. So the influences are slightly different this time. Instead of being, say, more Whitesnake, it's a little bit more Guns N' Roses. There's a totally different feel to the album. And it's not all like Guns N' Roses. You know, there's still bluesy songs, there's still party songs, you know, but it definitely feels different and it sounds different.
Really cool. I have great expectations for this fourth album by Inglorious. And here's a cool curiosity for those who are listening us. One of the new members, you know, speaking about the new members of Inglorious, is a Brazilian bass player. Yeah, our dear Vini Cola. Guys, he played in São Paulo and ended up in England.
Yeah.
Tell us about the experience of playing with Vini, Nathan.
So I was actually suggested Vini by another Brazilian bass player I know called Moises dos Santos. And he is a kind of a big session player here in the UK. He plays for lots of artists. And I said to him, look, dude, I need a bass player. And he said, I know this guy. He gave me a list of like 5 guys. I checked them all out and I was like, eh. And then he showed me Vinny and I was like, this is the guy. And we auditioned Vinny and he was perfect. He's such a well-rounded musician. He plays rock, he plays jazz, he plays all sorts of stuff. I think back in Brazil, he played, his wife sings like Alanis Morissette tribute, and like he played for her. So he's just a really great, well-rounded musician, and he's lovely. And he's a really good cook, because Brazilians know how to cook.
Really? With some barbecue?
Yeah, Brazilian barbecue. So... yeah, we love having him in the band, and I think it's exciting because now we have a way in to Brazil, you know.
Oh, that's what I need to talking about. Now with the Brazilian in the band, the chances of Inglorious playing Brazil increasing, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. We've spoken about it. I just think, obviously, right now, no one can make any plans. That's the weird thing about Corona, is that we can't make a plan now. But we do want to get over to South America and especially to Brazil, because I think on Spotify, our second biggest audience is Brazil.
Yeah. Thanks for us.
Yeah, thanks to you. So it's crazy that in the UK we have the biggest percentage, but the second percentage to the UK is Brazil. So we have to go there because there's obviously fans there and we've never met them. And now we got Vinny. I don't have to talk. I can get Vinny to talk Portuguese.
Yeah, our translation. But Nathan, I do respect all the different cities in Brazil, but please come to Curitiba. Write this, Curitiba, my
I know. I would love to. Last year I went to South America and I didn't go to Brazil. I went to Argentina, but I fell in love with South America. I think it's a beautiful place.
So Nathan, can you tell us what is your opinion? Because in the beginning of this show, I was talking about the today rock, as we can say. But what is your opinion about the rock we are listening today? You know, many people say that rock died, but do you think that a genre so important to the history still has records to break and moments to be remembered?
Yeah, absolutely. I personally think that people are getting bored of hearing things that are perfect, you know? I think people are bored of listening to like really auto-tuned voices and overproduced albums. And I think rock is the total opposite of that, you know? Rock is like a kick in the face. It's the best. It's the best music. And I think the problem that I have is that usually the people that say that shit are people who are older and are in big famous bands. that want you to go and see them on tour before they die. Whereas if they really gave a fuck about rock music, they would be supporting young bands, and they would give young bands opening slots, you know, so they could play in front of thousands of people. But they're not doing that. These old people just keep saying that rock is dead and all this other nonsense. It's going to be dead if you keep saying that. If you stop saying it and you support and you really care about rock music, invest. Put your money where your mouth is, because we haven't got those opportunities that they had. We didn't have. No one signed me to $1 million record deal. You know, no one took me on tour with the Scorpions or with Whitesnake or with Iron Maiden. We had to do this on our own. It's not the 70s. It's not the 80s anymore. The world is different. And I sometimes wish that I was 20 years older, because I feel like I would have been like the 74th singer in Deep Purple if I was old. You know? Like, if I was alive then, maybe it would have happened. But it's so much harder now. And the internet, also, the problem I find with the internet is that a lot of okay bands are fighting for these positions. So the ones that are really great don't always get there. Do you know what I mean? Because people can't tell the difference. When people first saw Guns N' Roses, they knew it was incredible. Because there was nothing like it. Now there's a lot of bands that are kind of trying to do the same thing. So it's harder to find the one that is great. That's what I think.
Cool. I agree with you. I think we are living in a different age, you know, different era. The smartphones, the internet, everything changed. Sometimes I imagine myself living in the 70s, wearing, you know, like Kiss, like Mötley Crüe.
I wish I was alive then. Truly, I think I'd be a retired, old, rich rock star. That would be great.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, Nate, we reached the end of our conversation. Thank you again. But before you go, can you send a message to all your fans in Brazil?
Yeah. Whoever you crazy Brazilians are that keep listening to us on Spotify, keep doing it. Because if you do, we will come. Also, you have to spread the word. With rock music now, like we said, it's not being celebrated where it should be. And it will be if you show it to everyone. If you were really passionate about a band, not just my own band, if you love a certain band, tell everyone you meet about that band. Spread the word. Put it on your Facebook page. Put it on your Instagram. Tell everyone that it's the best fucking band you ever heard. And then people will hear it that will go, I used to like Rush in the 70s, or I used to like Cream. And then they go, oh, this is kind of reminds me of that. And then these older people will discover this music. And you have to do that, because before the internet, people had magazines and people had albums, and they read and they shared it with friends. We have to do that again. We have to educate people about what's good. And there's lots of bad things about the internet, but that's one good thing about it, is that you can share information with all of your friends and people you don't even know and tell them how great something is. We should do more of that.
Cool. So, guys, I think you listen in the front, man. You have to spread the word of the rock and roll. Share with your friends. Here in Brazil, Nate, we used to say boca a boca, mouth to mouth. Hey, Inglorious. Oh, okay. Huh, do you listen to Inglorious? Yeah, you do listen. Everybody, you know, share this meaning, share the rock word. So, thank you very much again for participating in Simply the Best, Nathan. I wish you a lot of success, and also wish you come back other times to talk new projects and new stuffs.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Do you want to share your social networks with people to follow you?
Yeah. If you want to follow us, the band is at We Are Inglorious. My Instagram and Twitter is The Nathan James. Hit us up, follow us on Spotify, follow us on YouTube. We've actually put loads of teasers on our YouTube from the new album. So if you go to YouTube, you can check out the videos and hear how it's sounding already.
Awesome, Nathan. Bye. See ya.